Away.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Pro Yoga. And that's my husband, Keith. He's brought his ukulele around with him. And then you'll see my puppy hanging around too. This is the kind of space that just makes me happy. You know what I mean? Being surrounded by the people you love or your pets or whatever. So welcome to Pro Yoga. We do lots of different yoga classes here at the studio. We're doing some classes in studio, but I have limited space. You can kind of see I'm sitting sort of in the middle of the room. Um, we used to be able to pack the room full. I have another area just to the right of me, and we've opened up that space. We've cleared out that space so that we can put people out there too. But we have to be 6 feet apart, right? And social distancing, and we do ask that when people come into studio that they wear their masks, and as they navigate around the studio to wear their masks. But once they get on their mats, then they can take their masks off. But if they have to get up and go go to the restroom or whatever, then we ask that they put the masks back on. While I teach, I'm teaching both in studio and online. So I have limited space in studio, have plenty of space online. Um, and I wear my mask the entire time that I'm teaching because I'm the one that's, doing all the talking. So they figure, well, people are on their mats and in their own space, they should be okay. I've got an air purifier in the room, and we ventilate in the studio as well as I possibly can. Hand sanitizer everywhere, and we sanitize. We clean more now than we ever have. That's the truth. We have 3 kids, 4 grandkids. We clean more now than ever before. So, we've got yoga classes for everyone for the most part, and all of my classes are done both virtually, online and in studio, with the exception of my chair yoga and the restorative yoga. The restorative yoga is a yoga practice that has me up and in your space. And so I'm just not ready to do that yet, not real comfortable with that. I shouldn't be touching any of your props and then those props touching you. However, when I teach, I also wear gloves. I just don't want to be touching anything around the studio that somebody might, bump into or whatever. And then the chair yoga, for the most part, that's a really big class. And, in this studio, we used to pack 20, 25, sometimes 30 people in here. Such a big class that I started out with a Monday, Wednesday class. And it's a 45-minute class. And then it grew too big. And so I had to add another class on Tuesday, Thursdays to accommodate the overfill, which some of the chair yogis, they do both Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday, Thursday. So they do yoga 4 times a week, and they've said they'd like to have that even a 5th day if they could. So they really enjoy it. But then it grew even larger than that I had to add even another chair yoga class to that. So I was doing 2 back-to-back classes of chair yoga on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then another one on Tuesdays, Thursdays. But doing it virtually now, we can have as many people as you like. They're still coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I have people coming in from Tennessee. I have people coming in from Florida and from North Carolina. And so, honestly, had I not been pushed through the virtual live stream window, I probably wouldn't have done that. But I don't see me going back. I am reaching out to other states at this point. People are coming in, they feel safer at home. It's easier for them at home. So those chair yoga classes and the restorative are online. All the other classes, though, in studio. I wanted to share with you, if you're interested in registering for any classes, the chair yoga class, a lot of people think, I need more than a chair yoga. That chair yoga class is really for everyone. I highly recommend it for anyone. I don't know who all is attending, and if we've got caregivers here, but caregivers along with their patients, their clients, it's good for everyone. And I was kind of hoping I could show you guys some stretches that you can do, and it doesn't matter if you're just office workers, if you're stay-at-home moms, whatever it is that you're doing, just some easy kind of stretches for stress reduction. I wanted to share with you guys that we have an app that we use, and it's not just for yoga classes. A lot of exercise facilities use this Mind Body app. So if you're familiar with it, then you can look us up on Mind Body and you can register for classes that way, or you can give me a call at 740-785-4050, and I can walk you through some options. But chair yoga is not easy. We start out in a chair for sure, but then we get the option to either stay in the chair and finish out the session, or come up behind the chair and use the chair for support. In yoga, we have lots of props that we use for support, and chair just happens to be another one. So if you're interested in registering for any classes, then you can give us a call, or you can look us up on Mind Body. I wanted to share with you too, this is just one of the props that we use in a restorative class. This is called a pranayama bolster, long and thin. And really, you just lie down on this. Your sit bones on the mat or on the floor in front of you. And then this goes the length of your spine. I usually put a little blanket up here for a little pillow to support my head. I like my forehead a little higher than my chin, and my chin higher than my heart. So that's one of the props that I was mentioning in the restorative classes that we use. Then we use these rectangular props, right? And I know not everyone has this kind of prop at home, right? So a rectangular prop, these are basically pillows, right? And I've got another one. It's just a round one. So think about it. If you're interested in taking a restorative class, and these classes are all online, so you do it from home, how cool is it? You pull out every pillow that you have on your couch, all of your pillows that you have on your bed, all of this stuff, all for you. And listen to this, it's all to support you. How cool is that? Like, you get to lay down on pillows and like hug pillows and rest on pillows while you're taking these nice little gentle stretches, these nice little gentle twists that just stretch the muscle enough to give you space, to open up the joints enough to give you space, but the whole time working internal organs and stimulating nerves and glands. And it's all about self-care, taking care of you, right? A restorative class is like yummy, one of my favorites. So another thing that I wanted to share with you when it comes to stress reduction, I don't know if you guys can hear the ukulele in the background, but seriously, you guys, again, I love my rock and roll. But when it comes to trying to stress reduce, it's not rock and roll, right? It's not jamming to words, and some of the words in the rock and roll is probably not as positive as we want them to be. Still cool songs, don't get me wrong. But turn on something that just soothes, calms, right? And gives you a feeling of just being in a peaceful space, right? And then we have things like essential oils, and I'm not advertising any particular brand, but essential oils are nice as well. You could spray something. I've got one here that's an essential oil that's actually a germ fighting essential oil. So I can spray it in the air, and I feel really good about taking those deep inhalations and knowing that the air is clean and that it's germ fighting. So that's one. But then there are the holiday fragrances, right? And maybe it doesn't feel like Christmas or a normal Christmas, but some essential oils that have the fragrance of Christmas sometimes, that's cheerful, right? That is going to release those endorphins that bring about a sense of joy. So, whatever you have, like if you've got some eucalyptus at home, like fresh eucalyptus, some people are putting branches of eucalyptus in the shower. That's an amazing option. You can rub that in your hands, right? Or what I like to do is just rub a little bit, like right on my chest, and then or on my shirt, right? And then I have that essential oil coming up all the time. So that's an option. But also think about this. Now, I had a friend create and just make these for us at the studio. So I don't know if you can see that. It's a little heart, right? And it has a little bit of beads and some lavender in here, right? And these are called hearts of love. Oh, doesn't that sound wonderful, right? Hearts of love. Sometimes, just having something in your hands that you can hold on to, it's grounding. And sometimes when we get anxious, that's a part of the problem, is that we don't feel grounded in anything at all, So hearts of love, right? Sometimes when I'm lying down, and I do a lot of meditation, and don't think I'm a geek or anything, but I do a lot of meditation, and I'm not one of those people who are comfortable lying on my back with my heart and my throat completely exposed and open and somewhat vulnerable. So check this out. I put hearts of love on my heart, right? And sometimes I put it right on my forehead because I like that. But so they can be used for different things, right? I carry them around. No one even knows. So, it's not unusual for me to have my crystals in my hand, or my hearts of love. And think about this as a project to keep the kids busy. Have them make some, right? How easy is that? And just sprinkle a little lavender and good to go. I've even had some of my people say, man, we should warm these up. And, then you've got some warm hearts of love in your hands. So that's an idea. We also have massage balls at the studio, and you can use these for lots of things. I mean, you can put this on your back and go up against the wall and rub up against the wall. You can put it underneath your feet and just massage your feet. Let go of some of the tension. We don't realize, but our legs carry us through life, don't they? And like our feet need a break from time to time. And it's like we put our feet out there and we ask them to massage them, and you get little, but right. So anyways, these are nice to have. And then you can also, because we get stressed out a little bit sometimes, you can, just put it in your hands to massage the hands, which feels amazing. If you guys are working, or maybe you're making lots of hearts of love, and your arms and your wrists are a little bit tired, right? You can just use them to a little bit of de-stressing. So I wanted to share that with you. Do you want to check out a couple of poses? Thumbs up. Yeah. So I'm just sitting in just a regular chair with no arms, but sometimes your office chairs or your desk chairs, that you're at home, have arms on them. So If you've got any without, always the best option, especially if you're going to join a chair yoga class, because you want this freedom to be able to move around on your chair. But for what we've got going on here, if you're just looking for something to unwind, a twisting pose. So taking your right hand on your left knee and your left hand on the chair behind you, and just sitting real tall here. Take a deep breath in, and then on your exhalation, begin to turn and look over your left shoulder. And then you just find the breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, if you're comfortable with that. Has a way of slowing down the mind, right? When we slow down the breath, we slow down the mind. Now you might want to reach your left arm up towards the sky and just notice from the left sit bone to the left fingertips, breathing in and creating that space on the left side of your body. And it doesn't matter if your left arm can't reach all the way to the sky, right? Maybe the elbow is bent, but you're still feeling that on the left side body. And then release and come right back to center. And notice, do you feel like you've got just a little more space on that left side than you do the right? Like if we didn't do the right side, that would feel weird, right? So you know already for just a couple of breaths in a pose, the difference that you made. Left hand on your right knee, right hand on the chair behind you, sitting tall, inhaling. And turning, looking over your right shoulder. Twisting poses are detoxing poses. So there's a little flushing of the internal organs happening here. And it even happens when you release the pose, because there's a little weight bearing on the internal organs on the right side, right? Reach your right arm up towards the sky. And again, just take it as high as your range of motion will allow. Doesn't matter if your elbow is bent and the arm is reaching. And then we'll release that one and bring that one right back to center. Keeping your spine long with the natural curve in the back and the arms dangling down to the side, lower your chin to your chest. Feel that stretch in the back of the neck, which also starts to get to those long muscles on either side of the spine. Keep the breath steady. And then roll your chin gently over to your right shoulder. Let go of the tension and the stress on the left side of your neck and shoulder. And then gently roll your chin back to your chest. And then over to your left shoulder. Releasing that tension in the right side of your neck and shoulder. And then gently rolling your chin back to your chest. Work the tension out of your jaw by working your jaw gently side to side. And then open your jaw really wide and work out the tension in your jaw. Nobody's looking, just open your jaw wide. And then soften your jaw and bring your head back to a neutral position. Taking your hands just on your thighs. Inhale, and I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this. We're going to inhale to a little bit of a cow. So the belly comes forward while the butt stays back and the shoulders stay back. You've got a little bit of a back bend here. And then we're going to tuck the tail round the spine, round the shoulders, chin to your chest. And we're taking our back into the shape of a Halloween cat. And then we're going to come right back into that cow, pull the belly forward. Notice how the pelvis is tilting. And then again, we'll go into a cat. What a great way to wake up the spine, right? And let's do it one more time, into a cow. And one more time, into a cat. Beautiful. Coming back into a neutral spine, and you might be, I don't know, you might be working at a desk. you might be at a place where there's another chair available. So I have another chair in front of me, and I'm just going to push the chair forward, put my hands on the chair, and I'm going to push back so that my arms begin to straighten, my shoulders open, and I can just drop my head right between my arms, or take my head to whatever position that my shoulders, my range of motion allows. Breathing into the back body, breathing into the shoulders. They say we carry our stress. They say our hips and our shoulders are our junk drawers for the most part. And that's where we carry all of that stuff we just don't want to deal with, all that emotional stuff we just don't want to deal with. And you feel the shoulders are really tight, you feel the hips are really tight. No, that's pretty much normal. That's what we go through. Let's bring it back up to sit. Beautiful. And so that's just a couple of things that you can do. Twisting poses to stimulate the thousands of nerves in the spine and flush the internal organs, activating, stimulating, detoxifying. A nice way to wake up the spine. And you can do that early morning, midday, anytime during your day, right? And you can do that sitting down, standing up, whatever you want, right? So how about a little bit of breath work? This is a great pranayama practice, and it's pretty simple, but we're just gonna, if you will, take your hands just to your belly. Just take your arms in a comfortable position and place your hands on your belly, and maybe close your eyes. If you feel like you need to be looking at the screen, I get it, that's okay too. We're just gonna find the breath, in through the nose and out through the nose if you're comfortable with that. Couple of deep breaths here. And for the next few breaths, we're going to just really focus on breathing into the belly. As you can feel the belly rise and fall beneath your hands. Now you're still going to be breathing up into the ribs and the chest, but the focus here is maybe on your inhalation. The belly pushes out, and on your exhalation, you feel the belly fall in towards the spine. Inhalation, you feel the belly moving out towards your hands. It doesn't have to be a lot, right? The exhalation, you feel the belly pull away from your hands a little bit. And just notice the rise and fall of your belly. You're still breathing all the way up into your chest for sure. We're not trying to force anything. We're just noticing the rise and fall of your belly. So there are some wonderful things that are happening as we're doing this breath work. Internally, the diaphragm muscle pulls down into the fluid and internal organs in the belly, and that's actually what you feel rise and fall. How cool is that? Toning and massaging the internal organs really with every breath you take. Saturating the internal organs with oxygen-rich blood with every breath you take. Nothing forced, nothing strained. We're just noticing. And maybe bring your hands to your ribs. And this time, when you inhale, really notice the ribs expanding. When you exhale, notice the ribs falling back into place. Nothing forced or strained. We're noticing, we're observing. You feel the ribs rise and fall beneath your hands. And how cool is that? To know that your body is so beautifully designed that you actually have floating ribs that will move out of the way when you take those deep inhalations. It's like the body is saying to you, yes, inhale deeply. And now maybe just move your hands up to your chest. When you inhale, feel your chest rise up beneath your hands. When you exhale, feel it fall again. The inhalations, the chest is rising beneath your hands. The exhalations, chest falls back into place. Now, can we just keep one hand on our chest and one hand on our belly? Notice when you inhale, the belly still rising beneath your hand. Notice when you inhale, your chest is still rising beneath your hand. And then just let the arms fall to the side. Let the arms be heavy. One other self-care tool to put in your self-care toolbox is poetry or scripture. Something that you love, right? Something that just brings about a space of calm and peacefulness. And I want to share this one with you. If there is light in the soul, there will be beauty in the person. If there is beauty in the person, there will be harmony in the house. If there is harmony in the house, there will be order in the nation. If there is order in the nation, there can be peace in the world. And doesn't that sound delicious? It's traditional yoga practice for us to bring our palms together at heart center. And our chin to our chest. I bid you namaste. Thanks for joining me at Pro Yoga.
That was amazing.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy holidays, everyone. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Peace out.
I'm gonna see if anybody has any questions. I think everyone's asleep. Breathing deeply. Does anybody have any questions for Jackie before we go? They're all sleeping. Perfect. Remember, you're all clocked in. No. All right. Thank you, Jackie, so much. We really appreciate it. Everyone here, I will see you guys again for virtual community January 7th. Have a happy holiday. Bye-bye. Thank you.